All right, we're over to Teak Decking Systems. I don't know if they changed their name or not, but we're picking up some teak and holly in the 1/2 inch. I got here and they had 2 pieces, but the grain is different. So this is the other sheet. It has a bold grain on it, very bold. The other one is a finer grain, but I'm putting both in the boat. So this is going to be the new our new soles for our Gemini cat. So it was one of the last projects that we was doing before we shoved off. We had to leave because we were working on the boat for 3.5 years, and it'd be another 3 years if I kept doing projects. But we've been doing projects while we're on the boat, and we've got some downtime now while we're in Marathon. And I'm up here in Bradenton or Sarasota picking up this teak. Kind of pricey though. Well, sure is pretty though. But if you see the grain in here, this is very, very fine grain here, and this is a darker. It's got a mixture of light and darks, and the other one is very bold on that color. I'm not really picky on which one, but I needed them both to be the same since they're both going in our boat. And you see the difference in that. A lot of lights and darks. Very bold colors on it, which I like that. If I could get 2 sheets. The guy here working here said they had 4 more on a pallet. He's going to get them, so we're going to check those out. Hey guys, Captain Ken here. So guess what our next project is? So the rest of the flooring, you can't even see. It's been finished so many times. The holly stripes are missing. It's got some gouges in it, and also has some delaminating. I'll show you this real quick. Got some delaminating there, so it's just time. I did previously change the one in our berth, all 3 berths actually. So I'm gonna get started on that. I'm gonna get that cut out today. See how we do. Oh, there's Miss Kelly.
Working away.
She's working, making the money, and I'm spending it as fast as I can. So I wanted to show you a trick of how to get these plugs out. 2 different ways of doing this. I'm going to reuse the wood, and if I'm not going to reuse it. So I wasn't going to reuse this. And what happens is the screw goes down and hits the screw underneath it and pulls the plug out. But if I want to reuse this piece and keep it in shape without splinter, I'll drill a pilot hole. And it doesn't damage the wood. It still flake the finish, but that's going to be redone anyway. Another thing is we've got these foot pumps in here. I gotta take those out. We have disconnected them because we're running a water maker and we're making our own water, so we're not using the salt water from outside. But it's got 3 screws. They have a hose on here and a hose on there. So I've taken all the screws out of this also. And I'll remove these. We're gonna go trace these out, bring them back and sit them in place until so we have something until I get the finished work done. Hey guys, so I wanted to share with you, we're on a Gemini, we're on a 1990 Gemini 3200, and this is our salon table, and I wanted to show you how to remove it. I couldn't figure out how to get it out. It does have screws around the base, and I thought they went into the substructure, but they don't. They're actually bolted into the sole. I've taken out the 4 screws, and the whole thing just lifts up, and there's where the bolts holding the pedestal are. All right, I'm gonna get this unbolted, get all the stuff up to the workshop, and see about getting my pieces cut out. Well, that's what it looks like. If you wanted to know what it looks like not having the soles in it. probably not put the pump back in there. And there. Also, I don't know if you know that there's a storage underneath this one in front of the passageway, companionway. So hey guys, I use my existing floors as a pattern. Use my existing floor as patterns to trace it on the back of my stock, so when I cut it, it doesn't flake the edges of it. And I've lined up the center of the between the teak and holly, so that all my lines line up on the flooring. So I'm gonna get that cut out. The router, using a router to router this edge. Ooh, look at that. Well, I did it. Look at that. I got the lines to line up. It's awesome. So that's the old. This is the new unfinished. Well, there we go. We have a dry fit. Hey guys, so I did a test varnish site or spot on a piece of scrap. I wanted to make sure that the color was the same as our you see that? It is pretty close, so we're going to go with that. All right, there we have it, guys. Got our first coat on. We have a cockpit full of soul. No pun intended. So that's our first coat. That's going to dry very thin. We'll sand it down to get a smoother finish, and then we'll add 2 more coats to it. I've got 4 hours in between, or 4-hour dry time it says, and I've put up some towels to keep the sun directly off of it. It's okay if it moves across it like that, but it can't lay in the sun. It'll dry different than the parts that aren't in the sun. So I wanted to show you a side-by-side comparison of the two. The one on the left is actually the existing flooring, which was looked like this new, but over the years of refinishing and wear. See the
fine.
All right. Well, I got the pedestal cut. Now I got to replace the teak and holly flooring, and I need the backing plate off of it. So this is the trash. This is my old flooring. Alright, so the next thing I got to do is I got to be able to bolt this to the floor. I got my pedestal back on. Oops. I was able to make my mounting plate in there. Mark my forward parts. And I'm drilling countersink holes for the screws. And I have teak plugs to go in the holes afterward, and I'll finish those up. Alright guys, so I'm down to the last thing, is bolting these down. The existing flooring had holes drilled in. I've actually drilled holes through the fiberglass, and I'm putting screws in the bottom up so I don't have to do the plugs. You did see the one where I did under the table with the plugs, but that goes straight through the bottom of the deck and I can't do it any other way. But this, I can put screws. Let me show you. So I've got these stainless steel screws, and I'll put them in from the bottom, and they'll stick up 3/8 of an inch, and it won't go through the plywood. So that's what we're going to do.
Hey guys, the captain finished the flooring and I want to give you a little brief tour. It looks amazing. So you see how he lined up the teak and holly lines? He did a really, really good job. I'm a happy wife. Thanks for watching, guys. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and tell all your friends to follow us on YouTube.
Subscribe to our page.
We'll see what the next project is. I'm the next project?
No, I'm sure you'll come up with something.
I'll come up with another project for him. We got some sewing things that he's going to be doing next.
Yeah, I've already got another thing on the list. I think, keep an eye out, because I think I'm going to be turning our salon table into a drop-down bed. we'll see what happens.